Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Dragon Age Origins. This is Critical RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today as we explore the castle, or rather, our Eamon's estate? Sure, it is Eamon's estate. We know this. Well, I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. I'm a little bit surprised. Let's go this way instead. I don't like the other place. The other place gives me the EBGBs. Let's go this way. We have beautiful paintings. Okay. We have statues that serve as lamps. We have a dog. It's Bellum! Hey, Bellum! What's up? He barks happily, wagging his tail. Or so says the narrator, but the narrator lies on both accounts. The Banorn's role in Ferelden's thing. The central Ferelden Valley has always been a paradox. No single ban holds more than a few dozen leagues of farmland, yet together they govern a greater territory than all the Tairns and Arls combined. This collection of independent bans is known as the Banorn, and it is the heart of the Ferelden politics. No person has ever sat upon the throne of Ferelden without first winning the approval of the Banorn. Queen Fionn, who had the misfortune to take the throne in the 18th year of the Steel Age, wrote of the Banorn, quote, "There have been 3 wars this year fought over elopements, 5 fought over wool, and 1 started by an apple tree. It isn't even winter yet. Who would believe that these same bands, now trying so hard to kill one another, just last year united to give me the crown?" Unquote. And we got friends in here. Reading books? Ah, that's the barking. Can I not read that book? I believe I should be able to. The world is unfair. Which book is this? Par Vollen, the Occupied North. In the 30th year of the Steel Age, the first Qunari ships were sighted off the coast of Par Vollen in the far north, marking the beginning of a new age of warfare. History calls this the First Qunari War, but it was mostly a one-sided bloodbath, with the Qunari advancing far into the mainland. Qunari warriors in glistening steel armor carved through armies with ease. Their cannons, the likes of which our ancestors had never seen, reduced city walls to rubble in a matter of seconds. Stories of Qunari occupation vary greatly. It is said they dismantled families and sent captives to, quote, learning camps, unquote, for indoctrination into their religion. Those who refused to cooperate disappeared to mines or construction camps. For every tale of suffering, however, there is another of enlightenment deriving from something called the, quote, Qun, unquote. This is either a philosophical code or a written text that governs all aspects of Qunari life, perhaps both. One converted Seheran reported pity for those who refused to embrace the Qun, as if the conquerors had led him to a sort of self-discovery. Quote, "For all my life I followed the Maker wherever his path led me," he wrote. "But in the Qun I have found the means to travel my own path. It has an end of quote. It has been said that the most complete way to wipe out a people is not with blades, but with books. Thankfully, a world that had repelled the 4 blights would not easily bow to a foreign aggressor, and so the exalted marches began." Who wrote this with a thankfully there? I mean, not that I necessarily disagree, but it's very partisan there. The greatest advantage of the Chantry-led forces was the Circle of Magi. For all their technology, the Qunari appeared to harbor great hatred for magic. Faced with cannons, the Chantry responded with lightning and balls of fire. The Qunari armies lacked the sheer numbers of humanity. Of mankind, maybe. Because humanity, like, they don't have humanity? Because they're not human, but you don't... It's like going up to an elf and being like, "Ah, you lack humanity." Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of... Anyway. So many were slain at Marnaspell on both sides that the Veil is said to be permanently sundered, the ruins still plagued by restless corpses. But each year, the Chantry pushed further and further into the Qunari lines, although local converts to the Qun proved difficult to return to Andraste's teachings. By the end of the Storm Age, the Qunari were truly pushed back. Rivain was the only human land that retained the Qunari religion after being freed, and its rulers attempted to barter a peace. Most human lands signed the Lomering accord. Accepting. What is that? Accepting. That is, yeah, I know what that word is. It's an exception. I say it a lot, actually. It's weird to me. Accepting the Tevinter Empire, or Imperium, as they like to be called, because they were mostly pompous jerks. It is a I don't know. I think so. Anyway, it is a shaky peace that has lasted to this day. Hey, Stan.
This is not as defensible as I would like, but it will do. You called.
Yes, I may have a question?
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange? I think I asked this.
To put it lightly, no one has a place here.
You go back on that. No place.
Well,
it's like everybody's floating about, and they can't do things. Hey, Morgan.
If one more servant asks if I would like a change of clothes, I will set the house on fire. What comes, my friend?
That was a sudden turn. Yeah, can I ask you something?
So, full of questions,
Okay, well, let's not do that. See you later, everybody. And we have a door that leads into a room. Beautiful rooms, gorgeous, amazing, spacious, and probably very, very cold because they're super tall. these aren't super tall; they would be extremely cold. But we can pretend that it wouldn't be because of gameplay reasons. There's many reasons why these would be big and tall. Namely, to be able to travel around it and all that sort of stuff. Okay, there's some more paintings over here, but nothing...
Ah, Warden. I trust you've made yourself comfortable.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Good, because it's likely to be your last rest for a while. This is Elena. She's...
I am Queen Enora's handmaiden. She sent me here to ask for your help.
Or perhaps the young lady prefers to speak for herself.
That's very passive-aggressive of him to say it like that. She works for Logain's daughter. She's a spy! Murder her! This is not Pathfinder Kingmaker. Let's not... Yeah, speak fast or you'll be returned to Logain in pieces. Let's... How do we do this? How would we like to proceed? I'm gonna be aggressive. Let's be.
I am here for Logain's daughter, not for Logain. Their interests are not so similar as they once were. The Queen, she is in a difficult position. She loved her husband, no? And trusted her father to protect him. When he returns with no king and only dark rumors, what is she to think? She worries, no? But when she tries to speak with him, he does not answer. He tells her not to trouble herself.
Well, I'm still not seeing where our help comes in.
So she goes to how? A visit from the Queen to the new Isle of Denrum is only a matter of courtesy. And she demands answers.
I guess they didn't go well.
He calls her every sort of name, traitor being the kindest, and locks her in a guest room.
She has soldiers, let them free her.
If the palace guard besiege Howe's estate, my lady will certainly be killed before they can reach her. I think her life is in danger. I heard Howe say she would be a greater ally dead than alive, especially if her death could be blamed on Owl Eamon.
You could have started with that, actually. That could have been just... You could started off with that as the exposition here of what we're trying to do. And that's... Yeah. What? But would Logain kill his own daughter just to frame Eamon?
We may have no choice but to trust Honora. The Queen is well loved. If Logain succeeded in pinning her death on me, I'm not sure that's a risk we can afford to take.
I would like to, if only for... Actually, I would like to. I think that would be an interesting story to be told. Especially if... This guy is very pushy. Not that he doesn't have... Not that he doesn't have reasons to be pushy, specifically reasons to be pushy, he definitely has those, but also not that doesn't, you know, that's his place to be pushy, I suppose. It's alright, but my character, So, why should we trust her? This could all be a setup.
I fear if this is a trap, we are already caught in it. They can kill Honora whether or not we act, and blame her death on us. Few would believe our word over Loghain's. We can only defend ourselves with the Queen in hand.
That actually makes sense. I guess that whole no choice. I hate it when RPGs say that. They should just Control F and look for no choice in every RPG, and then delete all those lines and rewrite them because you must have. That's how. Please, I understand from a storyteller's perspective, but it's just. It makes sense from a storytelling perspective here in particular, which is great, but that's still hiding the real reason why we don't have more choices, and the reason is because it's very expensive making RPGs. So, they have to, they can't give you all the choices ever, and they give you as many choices as they can, for sure, especially in this game, actually. This game has a lot of choices. I love it. But it's just bringing attention to the fact that we don't have a choice. And Bethesda games in particular do that. Well, I say in particular. Oblivion and Skyrim do that a lot. Morrowind didn't do that. But also, not that Morrowind had too many choices, but still. So what do you propose we do?
I have some uniforms. I'll hire so many new girls every day. A few more will not cause much stir. I will show you to the servants' entrance. We must slip in and out with my queen before anyone is the wiser. I will go ahead to House Estate. Meet me there as soon as you can.
Of course. I'll proceed to steal all the things in the meantime. Rescue the queen. I shall. I shall indeed. And Alistair is here. Alistair. Why are you so short? No, he's pretty tall. Okay. I was like, what the heck happened to you?
Yes.
Meditations and odes to bees. O fair damsel of the garden, Arlessa of honeysuckle and rose, I humbly beg your gracious pardon for the offense that here arose. Surely your work is far too vital. And the meter is all over the place, so that's not poetry meant to be. There's a name for it. What I was trying to do, there's a name for that. Recited, I suppose? It's meant to be sung. Or it is meant to be recited, and the author just doesn't care about meter. I care about meter a lot. It upsets me greatly that poetry doesn't have meter. In a song, you can absolutely change the meter, and it's totally fine to have offbeat meter in song, because you just, you do what you need to do.
I'm glad you decided to help. With Honora's knowledge,
I decided.
far better chance against Loghain.
I have no choice. You told me I had no choice. I didn't even ask you to tell me if I had a choice. You just said it outright. Yeah, I don't trust this Erlina. She knows too much.
She's obviously more than a maidservant, but I imagine it's useful for Honora to have a trusted attendant who can move more freely than she herself. And consider what aid she and the Queen might be to us. If Honora has truly turned against her father, she becomes the one thing we lack. Someone with a true understanding of Loghain's plans and allies. With her guidance, we can form a far more successful strategy against him.
But if I break in, can't they frame me for her murder? I mean, not that they can't already, because of what you said, but...
No more easily than without you there.
Yeah.
There will be none to see it, save those who are already loyal to Loghain. And given your reputation, Warden, I think Loghain knows it's safer to carry out his plots far from where you can disrupt them.
What do you know about Queen Honora?
She and Kaelin were promised as children and practically raised together. She was a smart child, knew how to listen, and how to blink those big blue eyes and get anything she wanted. Her mother's looks, her father's brains, and the best tutoring Merrick's money could buy. It's a potent combination.
I take it that her father was ugly as sin, I guess. Do you truly think Loghain's daughter would turn on him?
From Erlina's story, he turned against her first. If he truly intends to sacrifice her, I think it will be strong motivation to break the parental bonds. In any event, I would far rather have the opportunity to ask such things of her than simply hear about her murder. If Honora speaks out against Loghain, hers would indeed be one of the most powerful voices at the Landsmeet.
That it would. I should get going then.
As you like. My palace is your palace.
Very, very Spanish of you. Hey, Alistair.
I haven't been here in a while. They've changed the dining room. Ask away.
I had another dream about the Archdemon.
Yes, me too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
I think you're probably right.
You know how some people want to be right all the time? Me, not so much. I guess one thing is certain, at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
I did think that we had seen the Archdemon before, so it was no surprise to me. But I might be wrong. I'm glad I came up here, though. This was the correct way to go. Alistair, they're saying, you know how some people wish to be right all the time. Alistair doesn't come across as that. But he's not necessarily a person who doesn't mind being wrong. There's a certain kind of person like that. And I say there's a certain kind. There's many certain kinds of person like that, where they are exceedingly willing to be even proven wrong, or just to come across as wrong. And those can be very manipulative people. They can also be very kind people that are nice, or teachers, or there could be many things. But Alistair's not any of those.
This is a nice estate, isn't it? What's on your mind?
Oh yeah, look at those that jug in the back. Look at texture, good. I'd like to ask you something about the circle.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
But no. Look at painting. Good painting. Good. Let's go this way. A lot of statues.
His lordship sends no notice he's coming, and now the house is full of guests.
Oh yeah.
Andraste preserve us, this will be the death of me.
Mm-hmm.
What you need?
That's all you have to say about being here? Can you teach me to fight like you do?
You want to be a berserker? Thought I'd never see the day. You're a monster on the field already, Warden. But your style just doesn't give itself to mad rage. Too much thinking, too much, finesse. But if you know someone fit for this type of work, I'll teach him. It'll be nice to have another berserker to grunt at for a change.
Alistair could be. That sounds fair.
If you want to think like a berserker, drop fair from your vocabulary. If it works, that's all.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about?
Are you sure you're fine with what happened with Branka?
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway.
I never really fully understood what she was on about the... I think it was just simply... She wanted to save... She wanted to save the dwarves. She was set on the golems, and that was that. So you're not broken up over it? Because I think you would be broken up over it.
I swear to the stone, the next time someone asks me that, I'll write my name in bruises on their ass. Ancestors take me. You people whine like tea kettles around here.
Oh, I love it. Oh, he loved it as well. He approved, at least. And he gained a thing. I don't think I have gifts for you, Ogren. Bless you.
Need?
Does that bless you? I say bless you. I do like that, saying that.
What about?
So how do you like the surface?
It's sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale, oh, who'd have thought ale made with grain? Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place.
What do you...
Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
What do you make the ale out of if not grain?
What you need?
Not about you. Yeah, I don't know. And also, remember how I said the dwarves must survive on trade because they cannot grow anything on the ground? We didn't see anything that they would eat, so they must survive on trade. And also the whole, yeah, anyway, it's got kind of complicated. I'm sure they have granaries and just ways to just preserve some food in there, even though they closed the trade for a little while. Do you miss Orzammar?
What? Miss Orzammar? Are you mad, in addition to being ugly? They treated me like a puddle fly back there. I'm never going back. All right. Aye, all right then. What you need? What about?
What is it like to be a warrior in Orzammar?
You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved.
What do you mean?
I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight and when you win and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for.
I mean, I see what you mean. Why didn't they give you blunted weapons, though?
You can kill with blunted weapons, Warden.
That's true.
Well, maybe you can't. This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions?
I don't know.
All right.
Aye,
all right then. What you need? What about? All right. Aye, all right.
Ah, boy. His dialogue tree is all over the place. Tell me more about Berserkers.
What the sod is there to know? You get mad, you fly into battle, and things die. It's pretty simple. The hard part is getting in touch with your rage. We all learn to hold that back. It's why we don't kill every duster who looks at us sideways. You need to shut that off. For some people, being in battle is enough. But others have to think about something. Violence, monsters, nobles, your wife, whatever.
Your wife?
Aye, especially my wife.
And so just thinking about her works?
For most berserkers, it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Why would you want to fight that way?
Why not? When you fight, you get mad. By the stone, it's a sodding tactic to enrage your enemy so he makes a mistake, right? Berserkers grab that anger and drink it like it's yesterday's ale. Then we turn it against our foes and watch the limbs fly.
And just thinking angry thoughts makes it happen?
For most berserkers, it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stone. I'm listening.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about? All right.
Yes.
What you need?
Oh, I skipped his burp. Nothing. There it is. We talked to Ogren, and now he doesn't have anything else to say. I sort of forgot to talk to him more.
How many times I gotta tell you before it make it through that pointy skull? Bang the coals at night, or the stew don't cook.
Pointy skull? Elves have pointy skulls?
Dinner's not ready yet, and don't ask. It'll be served when it's done, and that's that. Now, shoo, out of my kitchen.
Sorry, I'm stealing all the things. There's a kitty. Aw, can't say hi to kitty.
4 cups
She don't have to
flour,
yell.
3 cups lard.
I heard it the
Bring
last
over,
6
child, and be
times.
quick.
Yeah, I know how it is to be a kid, and also hear it the last 6 times. You gotta let the cats be on the table? Well, this is a well-behaved kitty, so I guess it's fine. It's terrible trouble training a cat to be like that. I have done it, actually. My cat will do that. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you are okay with cats on tables. Fluffy mackerel pudding. Oh, yes, indeed. Hey?
Can't talk now, sir. Mistress Agatha would have my hide.
Agatha?
I've
Agatha,
better
indeed.
not see one speck of fat on
Also...
those clothes, Corella, or back to the scullery with you.
What? Oh. No. No. Oh, dang it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes.
this is not what I wanted. I suppose we can go back. Oh, we're outside. I was gonna say something, and then I lost track of my thoughts. Okay, well, we can see where that goes. It's all to the estate. No. What? It's both to the estate exterior, and there's the main entrance over here, which is maybe where I'm going right now. I swear I missed something. Oh yeah, that's
So many chamber pots to clean.
all the visitors pooping. Oh no, not this again. Pooping all day long. That's what the visitors do.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. She doesn't say anything. She disappeared. Just my luck. A love letter. I don't need it. It's not an actual love letter. I mean, it is. You can read it in the codex, but I have so many of them. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Daniel. Hello. He looked at me as I called his name. And Liliana is over there. Let's see what this book is all about. The Free Marches. The Free Marchers are not a kingdom, nor even a nation in the most basic sense. People from that region dislike even being lumped together as, quote, marchers. Rather, they are a collection of independent city-states united only when it suits them. In this respect, they resemble the Bad Norn before the arrival of King Calenhad. Because of this, the Free Marchers have no capital, and what passes for a central government exists only sporadically, and it only exists sporadically, a sort of lensmeet that convenes only during times of crisis. I arrived in time for the grand tourney while it was on in Tantervale, a remarkable sight indeed. I saw Avar Heelsmen test their mettle against Orlesian chevaliers, riders from the Andersfells buying never-run cavalry horses, Antivan craftsmen selling their wares to Tevinter mages. All of that was on display. And we need to talk to Daniel, but we're going to do it next episode because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Dragon Age Origins. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.